Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking another related property wrapper to dynamic type. Is called ScaledMetrics. Now, ScaledMetrics is a property wrapper, and essentially, mainly it's used to control the size of other views when user is applying dynamic text. So whenever dynamic text is applied, SwiftUI text views, they scale in in relation to how the dynamic type is being applied. So they usually scale appropriately because they are responsive to the dynamic type setting. But how about other views like images? How do they basically behave when dynamic size is applied? So that's where we can use ScaledMetrics. So let me show how ScaledMetrics can be used. So basically, we can create a property wrapper for ScaledMetric, and we're gonna call this one size. Okay, this is going to be CG float type, and we're going to give it a value of 42. Now I'm going to replace all my size properties with this predefined ScaledMetrics value. Okay, so what this should do is as soon as I run the project, this should basically scale the way we have been applying the scale. All right, but notice how the last dev techie text is not scaling as much as all the others, right? So that's the relation, first of all, this ScaledMetrics creates, that it says scale to this level with this 42 value as the base value, first value that starts next increment, it takes next 42. So it actually scales dynamically according to that. But that's not the whole thing. It's actually something that's very useful inside images, for example. So I'm going to use system image called person.circle. Okay, what this should do is this should actually use SF symbol, and all right, if I spell it right, then we'll be able to get person.circle. So there we go, we have person.circle in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these two out, and I'm gonna remove this and apply it on the V stack, so it can be applied on the entire V. Okay, so we have this this thing showing up. Now we can make it resizable. Okay, and we can define a frame for this. So I'm gonna say this is 42 and 42. I'm knowingly keeping it the same size as the ScaledMetrics size, because the next view I'm going to create is going to be of observing the ScaledMetrics value. So notice how this image is going to grow when the dynamic type is applied. So as you can see, is not scaling at all because we have these two static values that we have defined. All right, now what we can do, what if if you want this to scale according to the dynamic type, right? In that case, what we can do is we can still define the frame with width and height to a predefined value that we have chosen, but attribute that property with ScaledMetrics and then run it. So what's going to happen in this case, whenever user has dynamic type turned on, notice the scaling that's applied. So I'm gonna increase, and notice this image has scaled to match the dynamic type, but the static one has remained same. So in order for you to support dynamic types in your entire app, you can use the scaled matrix to appropriately scale your views so user has a better experience when they are using large text accessibility text within the app for the dynamic text. Okay, so that was about scaled matrix, and that's it for this video. I'm gonna see you in next video. Thank you.